because they see that this thing is something that
And will
is
benefit
going to
people.
benefit their people. But here it's about how does it benefit me. So when you think about interfacing, oh, how does it benefit this guy, and this guy, and this guy? You see, you're meeting a roadblock.
All I'm saying.
Hi, my name is Ikem. Welcome to a new episode.
Obi James Nwoba. I'm an entrepreneur. Uh, Basically, what I do is to build businesses um, and make money off them. I think that's just it.
So that's the first aim of business, to make money. In the recent years, it's moved from that idea of like let's make money to the idea of like let's have fun, enjoy ourselves, do something that you love, and all those stuff. Is there a place for that stuff in?
Oh, yeah, I think that um, business has evolved over time. You see, it's mainly about your vocation. I think for me personally, I believe it's a vocation. It's more or less like a field of somewhere you just get in and then be yourself, do the things that you're passionate about, things that you want to do, and all that.
That of course make money.
And then make money. So I think what I'm trying to say is that the more you figure out the things that drive you, the things that you're happy about, the things that you're passionate about, yeah, you do it seamlessly, and on the long run, you make money off it. That's just the way it works.
So it's easier to do a business that you actually like.
Yes, yes.
But
Something, well, it's not necessary that you like it, but at least for example, it can be a problem that you want to solve, something that gets you so upset, so angry. You get, and then when you look at the Nigerian ecosystem, you just realize that, man, there is a lot of problem that you want to solve. They don't at least make you happy, but then they get you angry enough to do something about it.
So it's either you're happy about it,
Yeah,
or you're angry
you're
about
sad
it.
about it. Yeah.
So there has to be some kind of emotional connection that you have to the
Exactly,
matter.
exactly.
I thought we're going to deal with idea generation, because I know the other time you were involved in a boot camp sort of
Okay.
for idea generation and stuff. So basically he does startups, and sometimes he just goes in to kind of create ideas from scratch and stuff. So you were in that boot camp and all that.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about
Okay, so I do something that I learned from Cal Newport, which is called deep work. I enjoy doing that a lot. What that implies is create a system where a stretch of, let's say, 90 days, 100 days, you do a sprint and then get an idea. Or it has to do with the projects. Like, let's say, basically, this is something that I want to deal with. And then you give yourself like an intense time where all you think about is within the scope of that business. And yeah, and then you work on it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you're asking about the boot camp I organized, so there were two things. The ideation process was so I wanted to do a particular amount of money in 5 months. So the the basic thing was to ask why, and then we find out how. But that how means that we need to list out a couple of things that, you know, that we, as exercises that we would do in order for us to generate that amount of money that we wanted to do. Yeah, basically, that's what it is.
So you basically, it's more like intense focus, I
Yes,
guess.
intense focus on a particular project. So let's use, for instance, I don't want to call figures. I want to do 20 million.
Okay.
So we come together, bring a couple of people together, and then we ask ourselves the question: how do we use the resources that we have? So when I say resources, I mean skill. I mean what we're already doing. Um,
Personnel as well.
Yeah, personnel. Like, who do we have? How do we bring all these things together? And then what are we going to sell in case of selling to people? What leverages do we have? Do you get? So take for instance the last boot camp we did. we identified 4 sets of leverages, or 5 of them, that we can utilize to make the kind of money we wanted to make at the time. So basically, that's what the whole boot camp is all about, and that's when you put yourself in that environment, you find out that you bring out great ideas, and then you sieve out the ideas to be able to get the ones that like you, oh yeah, this is what we want to do,
Yes.
this is what we can do, even with the resources that we currently have. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so which do you think works better? Which standpoint do you think thinking from works better? Do you start with the amount of money you want to make, or do you start with, okay, this is what kind of problem can we solve?
Okay, so
which one is
I just
more
gave you an
efficient?
example. Yeah, the example is we were looking for money, and
Okay.
so we gave ourselves a sprint of 90 days. Let's
Alright,
raise this money. How do we
makes
do
sense.
this? Right? But then when you want to talk about building a business, it still boils down to the same process. What is it that we want to do? Because you have a team, there's a particular problem you want to solve, or a particular thing that you're passionate about. Let me give you an example. Recently, we started talking about creating a value chain within the food ecosystem, food industry. And so we came together to ask ourselves, what is it that we're going to, what problem do we want to solve? Now, as funny as it sounds, we discovered how valuable things, so very simple and insignificant things that the normal Nigerian guy wouldn't want to venture into, how much profitable those things are. You get so, and then we use analytics to decipher. It's not merely an emotional decision. It's based on analytics, research. Go out there, get yourself dirty, find out what works, what is happening, and then use that as use the collation of data to make your decision. So yeah, that's what it is.